Without waiting for a response, Pinky shoved the strip of meat into the revolted Pegasus pony's mouth. Dash gagged and immediately spit it out. Pinky frowned and picked up the chunk of flesh. "If you didn't want it, you could have said no." She contemplated the discarded naughty morsel and gulped it up. "It's not like you haven't had my cupcakes before." Swallowing, Pinky turned her attention to the small can on the tray. She removed the lid, revealing that the lid was filled with red-hot coals. Lying on top of the coals were several large nails. As the adrenaline filled her veins, Dash began to panic again. Picking up the can, Pinky walked over to Dash's left, holding some tongs in her mouth. Pinky carefully picked up the nail and positioned it at the seam between her victim's front leg and hoof. She grabbed a hammer and took careful aim. "Pinky, no!" Dash screamed. "No! No!" The hammer came down and the nail punctured Dash's skin. The white hot burning was too much. Dash screamed as she pulled and thrashed at her braces, causing her raw skin to rub and tear. Pinky tried to line up another nail, but couldn't find her aim, and let out a frustrated grunt. When Pinky brought the hammer back to take a wild swing, Dash burst out crying and begging, "Please stop! Please stop!" Pinky rolled her eyes, putting down the hammer and tongs. She walked back in front of her friend and stared pensively at the broken Pegasus. Gilda didn't even cry this much when she had a live parasite stuffed down her throat. Pinky thought for a minute about what to do next. Then she had a sudden spark of inspiration. Rotating a wheel on the rack, Pinky laid Dash on her back, then moved to Dash's hind legs, bringing the can with her. Picking up her tools, Pinky drove the searing hot spike of metal directly into the bottom of Dash's hoof. As Dash yelled in pain, Pinky moved around and drove a second nail into the other hoof. Next, Pinky went back to her cart and located an enormous battery and controller. She then dragged over to where she was working. She tied copper wires between the terminals and the nails driven into Dash's hooves. Then gave Dash a wink and flipped the switch. Electricity rocketed through Dash's body. The blue pony reacted immediately. Her body seized and her muscles snapped taut. Dash's hips thrust skyward. Her eyes rolled back, and she let out a deep, throaty, shredding cry. Pinky giggled and danced in place, then reached down and turned up the juice. Dash convulsed uncontrollably, and her bladder emptied once more. About 5 minutes, Pinky shut off the power. Wisps of steam rose from the singed fur around Dash's hooves, and the area reeked of cooked flesh and burnt emo. Pinky rotated Dash upward again and tried to snap the drooling, delirious pony back to attention. "Dash! Dash! Rainbow Dash, wake up!" Dash moaned and managed to give a modicum of weak acknowledgement. Pinky studied her handiwork, then reached into the medicine bag and produced a large syringe. "All right, time for the last round." Dash focused blearily on the needle, which Pinky took as a question as to what it is. "This is something to take the pain away," Pinky informed as she walked around to her victim's ruined back. Dash flinched as Pinkie jabbed the needle into her lower part of the blue pony's spine. Moving in front of her friend again, Pinkie leaned down and elaborated. In a few minutes, you won't be able to feel anything below your rib cage. Then you'll be able to stay awake to watch the harvest. Dash started to cry again. Pinkie, she choked out. Yeah? I want to go home. Dash sobbed. Yeah, I can see wanting to do that, replied the party pony. Sometimes I just want to give up. Just say I'm done with this mess and go to bed. But you know what? You can't shrug off your responsibilities. You gotta pull yourself up and meet the challenges head on. That's the only way you're gonna get ahead in life. Dash hung her head and cried. Minutes passed as the drug took effect. Eventually, Dash was completely numb from her chest to her flanks. At this point, Pinkie approached with a scalpel. Glancing at Dash and smiling, Pinkie made a long horizontal cut. The Pegasus pony's pelvis, just above her crotch, moving up Dash's body. Pinkie made a small incision under her ribs. Finally, Pinkie made a long vertical cut down Dash's stomach, connecting the first two. Looks like I got my eye on you, Dash, Pinkie giggled. With a moist, gooey sound, the flaps of skin opened. The sight of her own organs and lack of feeling caused Dash's breathing to intensify. Pinkie carefully sliced open Dash's abdominal sac and grabbed her large intestines as she separated the organs from the rest of the digestive tract and pulled it out of the new cavity. Pinkie grew juvenile, laughing as she gutted her friend. Pinkie began to make jokes. Dash, growing weaker from the new source of blood loss, tried desperately to shut out the macabre comedy act. Look at me! I'm Rarity! Pinkie laughed, slinging the intestinal tube around her neck and spraying blood in all directions. Isn't my scarf so pretty? Reaching back inside, she sliced the smaller intestine off from the bowels, squeezing out the excess excrement. Pinkie filed the slimy organ through her teeth and dragged it back forth. Didn't it say you gotta floss every day, Dash? Dash was barely aware of what was going on anymore. The shock was causing her to fade. Disappointed, Pinkie dived back into the blue pony's guts, ramping up her routine. Oh, don't go yet, Dash. Pinkie started pulling out the rest of Dash's organs. Pausing with each removal. I know I can be real pancreas, but you know I'm just kidding you. You really got to learn to liver it up. Boy, these jokes are getting bladder. Bet you gotta develop a stomach for them. Pinkie placed the discarded body parts into a bucket, keeping the last one for a bit longer. Ooh, bagpipes, she said, placing the end of excumous and Dash's excumous in her mouth and the stomach in her armpit. She squeezed. A spurt of acid hit her tongue. Ew! Hey, look! There's your cupcake, Dash! Dash didn't hear her tormentor. She slipped from consciousness minutes ago. Pinkie, not yet satisfied, hit Dash with another adrenaline shot. Dash woke up for the last time, her heart pounding. Warm blood flowed out from the wound in her chest in great spurts. It wouldn't be long now. Pinkie brought Dash around onto her back again and straddled the blue pony's chest, scalpel at the ready. Rainbow Dash, I'm disappointed. I thought you would have lasted longer. I really wanted to spend more time with you before we got here. But I guess it's my fault. I should have taken it a little slower. Oh well. It was really nice knowing you, Dash. The blade sunk into the blue throat and worked its way up Dash's chin, coming back down. Pinkie's scalpel then circled Dash's neck. The last thing Rainbow Dash felt was her skin being cut away from her skull, and the metal of the blade scraping her teeth. Then she was gone. Pinkie stared into the mirror. She had done a really good job today, even keeping her eyelids. She blinked, and Dash winked back. Pinkie smiled. But still, she was sad that her friend was gone now. Dash had only lasted 50 minutes. Not really as long as Pinkie had wanted. She looked back at the cadaver hanging in the center of the room, the last of her friend's fluids draining into a pan. Yep, no more Rainbow Dash. She looked. Pinkie cocked her head. She began to take notice of the fact that there really wasn't much damage to her corpse. In fact, Pink Pony mused, I think an idea exploded in her head. She was so good at sewing, and she had all the pieces. All she had to do was put them back together. Yeah. She just had to get some stuffing, and bingo! She'd had Rainbow Dash forever. In fact, thought Pinkie, that's what she'd do for all her best friends when their numbers came up. She was so excited she skipped right over to the body. With her Skinner, she got started. The cupcakes could wait. Pinkie Pie had a friend to make.